you for trying. And you did it well. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. My name is Anamika, and if anybody out there struggles, it sounds like Monica. I made that my punchline now. On behalf of ITLA Cohort 31, I want to thank all of our sponsors in this room, going from left to right. All of you played a role in this. Our AIOs, our CIOs, our managers, our staff back home who took care of the work while we were getting trained. All of our amazing production team here. I gave them a name. I call them, you're doing an art of stringing pearls, because that's what I felt like this program is. All the different classes, everything that this team does is an art of stringing pearls. You can look up the term. It's a religious term that came to me with a very strong meaning, because how do you do this? How do you make this program so effective that it gets to people's heart? And last but not the least, my family sitting at home on Zoom. Thank you very much for your support, for letting me go through this prestigious program. It wouldn't have been possible without your support. With that, I'm extremely humbled and grateful for being our student speaker here today. It wasn't easy because you guys put so much responsibility on my shoulders. And like I said, I went back and forth all through my notes and through the presentations, everything that we learned over the last 14 weeks. And I'm like, what is this one thing that they're trying to teach us? So none of my speeches can be complete without telling a story. That's what I'm known for. I'm a storyteller. So I gotta take you guys back in this very room to our day one, to our kickoff. Jean said it very right. All those things that we started with, right? To our first, I would say, actual practical learning class of business chemistry. To our first networking event at CIO Academy. And to our first executive presentation. All those sessions were extremely powerful and gave us a lesson that will stay with us throughout our lives. Now, today, we are on our graduation. We made it, right guys? Yeah. The most compelling question that any graduate has, and I'm pretty sure you have, all these coaches have for us in our minds, all Stevenson said it very well, that what are you gonna do with it? So what, right? The graduation day. What does that bring to us is that what are you gonna take away from here? What is it that one thing through all these classes, lessons, through our alumni, through our retirees, what are all these people trying to tell us through our stringing pearls courses? What is it? So for me, I would say it in one sentence, it all boiled down to building a personal leadership brand. That's what I think, that all of these dots connect in a way that what got us here will not get us there unless we build that brand, unless we tell how are we unique. What is it that we do that nobody else does? We relate to brands every day in our lives. My personal favorite is Apple. Don't mean to, bring down any other fans, but I worked at Apple. I started my career at Apple. I was a tech support agent. I got promoted in ranks. But what stuck out was that every time Steve Jobs got on the stage launching that new iPhone, everybody connected Apple to Steve Jobs and Steve Jobs to Apple. So bringing it home to where we are, we need to make a brand of ourselves. Who are we? Who will we be that people will look from here to where we want to be in next 3 to 5 years? What will our brand be? It's really hard to build that. So I told you my what from this training, I told you my why, and I'm gonna give you a little mnemonic to apply it to make the how. And it's said as a small 3-term word, EAR. E stands for empathy. So be empathetic. Always, always keep in the back of your minds, we're all humans. Keep that emotion in place, be compassionate and open to listening. Diverse diverse inputs that you will have while making decisions. The second thing is authenticity. We all live and breathe that. If our actions are not presenting our values, we're not authentic. And we cannot live with that. I know I have spoken to at least 80% of the people in this room, and I know that that's what we live and breathe by. And the last R stands for resilience. So, adverse circumstances come. There will be uncertainties. There will be times which are going to be tough. But don't leave yourself. Don't leave your values. Be human and be compassionate. With that, nobody describes brand better than what I thought Jeff Bezos does. He says, your brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room. What a well said way. I'll repeat it in case you missed it. Your brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room. With that, I'm gonna look at Mark because he always gives me the advice. And I'm gonna be brief, be good, and be gone.